Hey there, long time no see. Let's get straight to it. We just got some great news from the Kunos sphere. As part of the Assetto Corsa 2021 showcase, a couple of very significant tidbits of news have just been teased. We'll get into all of them in due time, sans the Assetto Corsa mobile game since that isn't really intended for most of us, so be sure to hang around until the end of the video and hit that sub to stay up to date with future sim racing news. The first significant bit of news is for the console racers among us. Kunos have announced a free update to the next-gen version of ACC next year for PlayStation 5 and Xbox S and X, which will blessedly finally feature 60 FPS gameplay, set to be released on the 24th of February. As part of an interview given by Kunos director Marco Massaruto, it was indicated that Kunos are currently negotiating the renewal of their license with SRO in order to broaden the scope of content offered by Assetto Corsa Competizione in the future. He also reaffirmed that there is indeed a new Assetto Corsa game in the works. However, it's some years off and solely in the research and development phase, so there aren't many details to reveal just yet. However, one very key statement made in the interview, and one of a particular interest to myself and undoubtedly many watching, is the idea that their primary focus is going to be on the gameplay. He stressed this a number of times. Now, insofar as I can decipher it, this could mean one of two things. The first is that they're aiming to flesh the game out with more of a career progression and meaningful playstyle for the more casual single-player racers. The second could be that he's referring to the physics, which, to myself and the socially awkward nerd army my inane rants over the years have surely attracted, is potentially very exciting. As many of us know by now, ACC is the de facto leading GT3 and GT4 simulator in consumer sim racing. As much is confirmed by many GT drivers, including James Baldwin, who actually features later in the video, saying much the same thing. In fact, there is an entire segment dedicated to showing how driving an ACC legitimately primed him to excel when he entered the real-life British GT Championship in 2020. However, in spite of ACC's gradual triumph over the years, from a broken early access release to eventually topping the industry, some of us still feel that there's an X factor missing from the core driving experience. Lateral sensations are absent from the force feedback, and driving can often feel like a combination of guesswork and mechanical repetition rather than the feel one would use in the real world. Moreover, the game appears to have a somewhat simplified tyre grip model, at least compared to other competing simulators such as iRacing, rFactor 2, and progressively even BeamNG, which really becomes apparent in the vague mid-corner slides one can drop the cars into, seesawing aimlessly to and fro while waiting for the grip code to kick in and for the delta to stop plummeting faster than Bitcoin value after an Elon Musk tweet. Some core refinements to the tyre model would be a stellar addition to ACC. On to the next bit of news. It turns out that due to popular demand, the new BMW M4 GT3, the car whose actual steering wheel is being made by Fanatec, just to jog your memory, is being added to ACC for free. It should make a great addition to an already impressive collection of cars, and who knows, might even see me willingly driving a BMW in the virtual world. And now for the big news. This comes as part of a larger announcement that there's going to be a DLC in Q1 of 2022, which will feature somewhere in the ballpark of 6 to 7 cars and new tracks, all informed by community requests, but of course limited to content under the SRO umbrella, as that license is what ACC exists within. Here's to hoping for a USA-themed pack with Road America, Road Atlanta, Watkins Glen, Virginia International, Sebring, and other seminal tracks. You all know that sans and Nürburgring, American tracks are my absolute favourites, and Laguna Seca from the earlier GT World Challenge already gave us a fantastic taster of how great that could be in ACC. In minor news, it appears we'll soon be getting a quality of life update featuring DLSS for ACC. For those who don't know what that is, essentially if you own a 20 or 30 series RTX enabled Nvidia card, it gives you free FPS. Given that ACC is renowned as being a resource hog, this is fantastic news, especially for us content creators who are often pushing our machines to the limit to record and stream content. Unfortunately, as part of this announcement, it was made clear that ray tracing itself, as in ray-traced shadows, lighting, and reflections, are not going to come to ACC for performance reasons. And that about rounds it out. a new Assetto Corsa game in the works, a free BMW GT3 as part of a greater, presumably paid DLC to come in early 2022, a mobile title that most of us wouldn't care about, updates for the new generation of consoles, as well as quality of life fixes on PC, and very hopefully a redoubled focus on the gameplay experience and/or physics. And that's me out for tonight. Hit that sub to stay up to date with future sim racing news, have a good day wherever you are, and until the next one, I'll see you all later.